This is Solr in 5 minutes. Solr is a Java-based open source enterprise search server. It's described on its website as being blazingly fast, which is appropriate since I only have, 5 minutes. It was religion that brought me to Solr. I had my first come to Solr moment recently when client Patheos.com asked me to replace a database-driven geospatial search with Solr. This work is the foundation for a new Solr Grails plugin I'll be releasing soon. Solr was created about 5 years ago by Yannick Seeley for CNET, and then contributed to the Apache Foundation. It is the leading open source enterprise search platform used by many large, recognizable sites. It's built around Lucene, which is a mature, pervasive, fully featured, high-performance search engine library. Though powerful, Lucene is not a server, but an embeddable library, and does not provide the runtime services really to stand on its own. But Solr is a Java web application with a REST-like interface, essentially the serverlization of Lucene, but offers distinct features beyond Lucene as well. Its configuration is primarily managed by two XML files, one that controls runtime parameters and another that defines the index schema, appropriately named the schema.xml. But fields don't necessarily need to be predefined. They can be created dynamically and typed by convention. Indexing is simple with an HTTP post of simple XML that's basically a collection of key value pairs. Adds must be followed at some point by a commit, but there's no sense of a transaction because Solr only maintains a global modification state that needs to be either pushed forward or rolled back together. You can also import data via a pull mechanism called data import handlers that can index data from a database or via an HTTP GET, so think crawler or web service. This handles full and incremental changes as well. Solr can index binary documents of many common formats, including Microsoft Office, PDF, MP3s, images, and it'll index the textual content as well as the metadata as well. So these are the primary ways of indexing data into your Solr instance. You query the system via an HTTP GET and specify URL parameters to form your query for things like paging, filtering, sorting, and faceting. Results are returned by default as XML, but as you can see, can be returned in a number of other formats by specifying a particular writer type on the URL. And these can be returned as JSON, PHP, Ruby, Python, etc. The query portion of the search request is interpreted by a query parser. The default parser uses the advanced Lucene query syntax, but a simpler, more natural language diskmax parser is also available and is sometimes ideal for processing query strings from users. An important feature of Solr are facets. Facets are grouped counts of results that enable dynamic guided navigation for fast, intuitive filtering capabilities, common on most e-commerce sites you see today. Other out-of-the-box features include spell checking suggestions, term highlighting within result snippets, and a method to show similar results called more like this. Since Solr is HTTP based, it's possible to build client-side Solr-powered UIs. For example, the Solr.js library is a slick jQuery widget framework for doing just that, and has a great demonstration site as well. Beyond the core HTTP API, there are a number of other language interfaces and integrations with frameworks. For example, the Drupal integration is fantastic. In terms of security, though, Solr does nothing for you. It relies purely on the container or server security, and by default is wide open. So it's up to you to secure it. There's also no standard document level security model that's commonly found in many commercial enterprise search server platforms. Solr is built from the ground up to be very scalable, either horizontally with full index replication in a master-slave configuration, or if your index is massive and query performance is poor, by sharding across indexes. Though sharding does come with an added cost of complexity, and not all Solr features are supported. So that concludes Solr in 5 minutes. Hopefully that whets your appetite for Solr, and you'll consider using it on your next project that requires search. So, thank you very much.